Hey everybody, it's Brad.
And I'm Krista.
From the Big Family Homestead, and today we are talking about bunnies. Oh, the Hassenpfeffers. Things that we wish we had known before we started raising them.
Yep.
Okay, well, we have been raising rabbits now for how many seasons?
2, 3.
3 years.
3 years.
3 years now, and we have raised, well, the bunnies do most of the work. We have raised many rabbits.
Many rabbits, yes. Over the last 3 years, we've probably had a good about 100 rabbits.
Yep.
And most of them we've sold.
Yep. And most of them we have sold. The thing is this. We've learned a lot in this time. We've learned a lot from a lot of other channels. And so today we're going to talk about stuff that we've found out either the hard way or we found somebody else's
wrong way.
or we found somebody else's better idea.
Yeah.
And so we have a list. Mama's got a list.
I have a list.
She's got a list. What's the first one on our list to share with the people who might be interested in rabbits?
Your cages.
Cages.
Don't make cages like we make cages.
Yep. Now, well, here's the thing. We started out doing it just like you see everybody else doing it with the wire, you know, but you start putting them together with the little clamps and what happens, Mama? What happens to the entrance?
Scars. You have scars.
Yep.
They're no fun.
You go in there to get a rabbit or water or food or whatever.
Slice.
And you're being real careful, but then something happens and you found an edge that you did not.
Well, you can't get them smooth enough unless you use like a Dremel tool to smooth them all down, which we don't have.
Well, and you can put some kind of guards on there.
Wait, we did.
But they don't work well. Is what I was gonna
and the
say.
rabbits eat them.
Yeah. So actually, the better built cages that we have found were found on J-Null Zero's channel.
Yes, he's got some fantastic cages. He's using the powder coated closet shelving for his cages. He's got 2 bottoms, he's got 2 on the top, and then 1 on either side. And the top flips open and he can get into his cages. They're super easy to clean. You get the 1/2 inch wide.
Well, and the poop drops down enough, but it's also not so wide of a space where it hurts the bunny's feet.
Right, and their feet won't fall through. If you get the 1/2 inch wide, their feet don't fall through, the babies don't fall through, and it's perfect.
Yep. Number 2 on our list of, man, I wish I would have known that.
Well, this kind of goes with the last one. Always wear a long sleeve shirt and gloves.
Yep. Why?
Always.
Why, Mama?
Well, if you go to pick up your rabbit so that you can move him or her to another cage or another, like an outside tractor, they don't flip out and claw you to death.
And I actually have some scars on here that are like permanent scars. And you don't think much about it,
right?
But just wear clothing that's going to protect you, even if the animal's docile. The thing is this, that anything can spook a rabbit.
Oh yeah, anything. And I mean, it could just be a flicker of sunlight and they just wig out and they go nuts. And if you don't hold them right, then they'll wig out and claw you to death. No, trust me, I've got many scars.
So suit up, ladies and gentlemen. You're going into battle. Number 3, Mama, what we got?
Okay, when breeding your rabbits.
Ooh, do tell.
Oh, my Lord. When breeding your rabbits, always take your girls, your does, to the buck's house.
Girls,
go
bunny,
to the boys.
Bunny booty call.
It goes to the boy's house. Because if you take the boy to the girl's house, they will be too busy sniffing around and checking out their cage when they need to be
getting busy.
Right.
And the female will get irritated with that boy a lot quicker. And let's just say that there are instances of rabbits biting other rabbits' parts off. It's not nice. So what you want is you want the boy to get down to brass tacks. Bam.
We probably should put a warning up. This is not a
we've been cool.
Relatively kid friendly.
We've been cool.
Okay.
So now here's a practical thing. When they go at it, you're going to let him stay in there because he's going to want to go at it more than a few times.
When the boy rabbit is mating with the girl, you need to at least let that happen 3 or 4 times. And they call them drop-offs. I can't remember. I think that's what they're called.
Sounds pretty cold.
That
sounds cold.
No, where the buck is doing his business and then he flops off.
Yes, he does.
That's normal.
They just like, I'm done now.
Yeah, it's kind of comical.
But he may not have sealed the deal.
Right, so you need to let that happen 3 or 4 times.
And they'll kind of give you the impression when they're irritated with each other.
Yeah, the girls will start pulling the boy's hair and...
They bite. They're biters. Mm-hmm. They got big, nasty teeth. Okay. Tip number 4, baby.
Oh, my goodness.
How many more do we have?
We got a few.
We got chock full of information here.
Okay, so after your breeding, the gestation, the time where the rabbit is pregnant is approximately 31 days. So when you get to day 28, that's when you need to put your nesting box into the cage. And you obviously have to make sure that it fits through the cage door. That was a mistake that we made. Our cage doors were too small, and so I had to cut them larger.
So your nesting box, which looks like this,
needs to be about this size. It absolutely
this is important.
Has to have this lip on here. That reason being is because when the mama is done nursing the babies and the babies are still attached,
she's going to jump out of here.
She's going to jump, and so that the babies don't fall out when she jumps out, they kind of hit right here and stay in the nesting box.
That way they stay warm and thus alive.
Yes, which we...
Now, you see that stuff all in there? That is rabbit hair.
Mm-hmm. And hay.
Yep. And what will happen about a day before mama gives birth, maybe a day or 2.
Even that day, she'll start pulling hair.
She will pull her hair out to make a nest.
Not all of her hair. A lot of rabbits have this they have a double chin. Mm-hmm. And they pull the hair from there and they put it in the nesting box and they make their nest with the hay on the bottom and then their hair on the top and yeah.
Well, we got babies in there.
There's babies in there. Yes.
Grab a baby. We got to show you the baby bunnies. They're so cute. Are these ones still looking like little mice?
Yeah, they are.
The hairless ones?
Yeah. This litter came from one of our first-time mamas.
And actually, a couple of these bunnies are spoken for to the Goin' Batty channel. They're going to start raising rabbits. Ooh, and look at this one. This one's going to be pretty.
Ooh, hold still.
And you got to be careful. They pop.
You have to be very careful.
They'll jump.
Pop like popcorn.
There we go.
Watch out. They might pee on you.
That's okay. Look at this little guy right here. How cute is that? I'm trying to show you much without him jumping.
1, 2, 3, 4.
But this little guy is 5 days old.
They were born on Friday. Here's one that's white.
Here's a little white one. Mm-hmm. Put you back.
She's got a stripe down her back.
Ooh, she's got a little mark.
Actually, I don't know if they're male or female. You can't tell that part right now. You have to wait a few weeks.
Hairy bunnies.
No, don't do that. Oh.
Put them back in there.
Yuck.
But they are cute. But now, oh man,
this is what everywhere. I don't like about rabbits is the hair. Ugh.
So what were the other 2 items that we had? Wish we would have known that before we did that.
Hold on.
We got hair flying everywhere.
My phone shut off.
That's got my nose.
I know. Ugh. Yeah, that's the one thing I hate about rabbits is the hair is everywhere. That's why we keep them outside. So, okay, when you have multiple rabbits and you have right now we have 2 bucks and 3 does.
How many breeding pair?
Well, we used to have 3 breeding pair, but one of our bucks passed away. So now we're in need of a replacement buck, but we're going to just wait on that for now.
We're looking for something specialized.
Something specific. So if anybody has a New Zealand red
we want
buck,
a purebred.
Send us one.
You know what?
Yeah.
We'll send you shipping.
Right. Right. I don't know. Can you send live rabbits through the mail?
I wouldn't. That'd be horrible.
No, it would be horrible.
That'd be horrible.
They send chicks through the mail.
Which that's horrible too.
That is horrible. Okay, anyhow, back to where we're at.
Points.
If you have many rabbits, we have 6 cages in a row all lined up on a wall in our running shed.
Oh, the barriers.
You need to put barriers between your males and your females, or your males and your males.
Just put them between each rabbit.
And you know what? And it doesn't have to be anything expensive either. We have tons of feed bags laying around, and I save them every so often. You put a feed bag straight through there.
And the reason why...
They pee on each other.
They get all frisky and...
They go crazy, and this was a mistake we made. We didn't put the barriers between 2 of our males, and one of our males peed on all over the other male, and he was filthy.
It was disgusting.
It was really gross. So
barriers good
between
thing.
Your cages.
And if you're afraid that they won't socialize, get something clear.
Exactly. Put some clear plexiglass through there, and you be fine.
Anything, just as you want the pee barrier. You don't want. Yeah. Who wants to be getting soiled on?
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. You want to. Let's not buy things, right? Reuse them. Like I said, the feed bags are one good way to use them or to reuse them. And I just zip tie it to the cage so it doesn't fall down. If you have any of those, the political signs. The plastic corrugated political signs.
That's just about all they're good for anyway.
That's exactly what they're good for.
They're good for a pee guard. You keep that in mind. That's about all they're good for. The baby rabbits, we had a mama one time. One time we had a mama who gave birth, and then she passed away while the babies were still little. Well, the thing is this, that we did some research and found out that you can feed them goat's milk through it with a little eyedropper and save the day. Yeah, I did see a new way that you can do it. It's a lot safer for the bunny. The spongy makeup, applicators that looks like little foamy sponges. You just drop your goat's milk straight into that, and then they will suckle off of that that little makeup applicator, and of course use clean ones, but oh, this was all filthy. No, but the bottom line is goat's milk, raw goat's milk, if you have access to either a goat you have or somebody that can give you some, it saved the day on a couple of these bunnies we had. It saved a day on a lot of rabbits we've had. Yep. One of the last things that we want to talk about is we just came out of winter. Excuse me. She needs a jelly bean. No, I don't need a jelly bean. You sure? Positive. Okay. You can have a jelly bean. And it's covered in rabbit hair right now. Wait. Fabulous. So we've just come out of winter, and a lot of people have the bottle rabbit waters with the nipple on them, where the little metal steel ball inside. Well, those are not real great for during the winter time. They freeze up twice a day, 3 times a day. It's a chore to get them thawed out, and yada yada yippee skippy, right? What she said. Well, we went to the Dollar Tree, and they have plastic dog bowls, pet bowls for $1, and you buy 2 sets or 1 set. It doesn't really matter, but you take 2 buckets of warm water and one of really hot water. You take your frozen bottle or your frozen bowls, you put them in the hot water, and you get that ice out of there. Then you fill it with warm water and stick it back in the cage. Then they've got warm water to drink for several hours. Although today, while we were chatting about doing this video, I had a really cool idea that I have not tried out yet, but it sounds like a good idea, is take some smooth hot stones, put them in boiling water, or maybe even microwave them, depending on what the material is. Right. Put that down in those watering bowls, but make sure that it's way separated between the water's surface, so the rabbits don't get in there and hurt themselves. Right. But those stones, a hot stone will keep that little bowl of water unfrozen for a much longer time. Yep. That's my theory anyway. Yeah, we're hoping to try that out soon. Oh, one more thing. Sometimes rabbits are great mothers, and sometimes they're horrible. Yes. We had a rabbit that she gave us a good 10 different litters, and the last 3 litters, all but 1 or 2 of them died, and she would have 10 babies. All but 2 or even 1 would survive. And at that point,
she's no longer a breeding rabbit.
Yep, you got to know when.
You got to know when to pull the cord. That's terrible. I'm sorry.
No, not pull the cord.
No.
We're not saying you.
No, you can, but we didn't. We actually sold her as a pet.
Yep.
Because she was a great rabbit. She was very friendly and very loving, but she was a terrible mom.
But her body was having none of it anymore.
No,
well,
she was done.
And you'll have rabbits that are just bad mothers. They'll kill their babies.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You've got to pay attention. And that one time with a litter like that, she's gone for something else. It's time to make her pet.
Yeah.
So those are a few things that we learned the hard way.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so learn from our mistakes, people.
Yeah. I hope that the mistakes that we have made will help you in your rabbitry adventure.
Yeah, and well, a little bit of props. Don't forget to go over to J. Noel Zero's channel.
Yep.
He's a total rabbitologist. He's a rabbitologist. He's got a degree in rabbitonomy.
Nice.
No, he's got some really great information, and he's a fun dude to be around. And also, some of these bunnies that we've got right in here, I think are going to go to the Go and Batty channel. So, in the next couple months, be looking for their rabbit videos because you saw it here first.
That's right. You'll get to see them later.
So anyway, I hope that helps you guys out. If you don't mind, we greatly appreciate it if you would like and subscribe. It does help our family out. And with that, I'm Brad.
I'm Christa.
And you guys have an amazing day.